pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Good afternoon. I'm Graham Broman. I'm the training chief for Marin County Fire, and I have been chosen to give the welcoming speech for this joyous occasion. So good afternoon and welcome to the 2021 Marin County Regional Academy graduation. First off, I'd like to welcome and recognize any retirees that have joined us today and thank them for paving the road that led us to where we're at today. I'm not going to recognize every one of them because there's quite a few here, and I saw you guys in the back. But thank you for everything you've done. Secondly, I'd like to welcome all the family members and significant others that are here today. I would like to recognize all the effort you have invested in these individuals to help them get to this point in their lives. With the ever-increasing demands of the fire service, we understand how these demands can place stress on all of you and your families. We as a fire service are striving to be better to manage the stress of this job with the goal to better protect your loved one and better support your family. As much as we are welcoming these recruits into the fire service family today, we are also welcoming you into this family. We extend our commitment and ongoing support to the success and happiness of you and every member of this entire fire service family. Today, we are here to celebrate the accomplishment of these 20 individuals who have spent the last 11 weeks working to hone their skills and prepare themselves to provide the highest level of life and property protection to the communities, residents, and visitors of Marin County. Their hard work did not just start on March 29th, but has begun a long time ago when each of these individuals decided they wanted to serve. They started a process that many men and women embark on every year, but only a select few successfully complete. This is a very exciting day for our fire agency and these 20 recruits. We hope that you all share in this excitement and the pride that we all feel standing here today. Thank you all for being here today, and thank you all for the effort you have invested in these individuals who really do represent the best of the fire service. You will hear more about these special recruits and some of the things they have learned over the past 11 weeks in a moment, but first, I would like to turn it over to a few distinguished guests for some additional words. Welcome, thank you for being here, and look forward to meeting each and every one of you after we go through this ceremony. Chief Weber. Thanks, Graham, and now that I've been acknowledged as a guest, I'll sit back down and enjoy the rest of the party. How many people are excited to be here today? And the chiefs have a question. Is that because they're off your payroll and on ours now? Welcome. My name is Jason Weber. I'm the Marin County Ross Valley Fire Chief. I'm here with Chief Tubbs from Southern Marin, Chief Welch, Southern Marin and Mill Valley, or both, I guess I should say, in the middle of a marriage, and Chief Perry from Stinson Beach. And so we all welcome you collectively to the celebration today. You know, I think as we start this is our first gathering since COVID started, and we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for some very instrumental people, many of which are sitting in front of you, our entire fire service team, to not only provide testing, logistical support, actual vaccinations. This was an all-hands-on-deck situation, and it's gotten us our county to where it's at today, mostly because of the men and women that you see here in uniform, contributing to this massive effort, which really has been an all-hands-on-deck thing. So, you know, without any names, there's certainly some key people here, but Todd Overshiner, Jake Peterson, Mike Finnegan, many of these guys, before they started, they got to go do vaccination work for months before they started their academy. So much appreciation to all of them. You know, these milestones were not reached alone. Today we celebrate all of you. You provided the support, the sacrifice to these loved ones to get them to where they're at today. And so this is as much a celebration of all of you and all of our team in the back that has trained them, mentored, coached, developed them to get them to where they're at today. So, you know, on behalf of the fire chiefs, we thank you for your support. We thank you for raising these young men to be incredible individuals that will ultimately contribute to many people's lives and safety. Today, they're going to be acknowledged and recognized, but they're also going to be asked to make many unselfish sacrifices over their career. They're taking on new responsibilities. Many of these individuals are responsible for people's lives, not only those they're treating and caring for, but shortly supervising. And it probably wasn't that long ago that you remember they didn't make the bed and they could barely clear a plate from the table. And now they're responsible for people's lives. But I can attest, as the other chiefs, that they're ready for this challenge. The badge that's being pinned today comes with formal authority, but the respect and honor must come from those they serve with. And they'll earn that respect. They have already, and throughout their career, they'll have some of the closest friends, almost like family, right alongside them in some of the best times and some of their hardest times. You know, they'll come home and they'll be tired, they'll be grumpy, you know, they may not be themselves. Behavioral health has become a focal point in the fire service, and for many of us when we started, you didn't discuss things like your mental health challenges, struggles you're having, a call that really bothered you. I think the fire service has come a long way, still has a long way to go. But I'd ask, as we focus on behavioral health this year and just leaving the month of May, which is suicide awareness and behavioral health, that you keep that eye on them their entire career. Both you as their peers, but then you as their family and friends. These jobs can be challenging, they can be demanding, and it's incumbent upon all of us to make sure that their mental well-being is still there. So remember that, that's one thing you can take away today. They're going to see some ugly things, they're going to do some ugly things. You know, it's okay for them to come to you or you to come to them and provide that little extra support. And for the individuals, never lose sight of what you're here for. You know, we took this job because we want to help people. That ultimately is something you can live by. If there's ever a question, and we as fire chiefs are not out there guiding them, the captains are not out there always guiding them, do the right thing. And the right thing is what's best for our constituents, our residents, our visitors, our guests, all of you, the public. Always do the right thing. And you guys know internally what that is. You know, I think I can speak for all chiefs. You'll never be in trouble for that. Even if it's very odd or awkward or anything in between. Always do the right thing. Today, you know, and everyone loves this part of my speech because I've only been picked on like 15 times in the last 2 days because I'm going to go over this. But for some of you that have not been here or haven't been through a fire service badge ceremony, they're actually not badges, they're shields. And we have all this other stuff around our collars and things that's symbology. And I think it's important to understand that because it's an important part of our fire service history. So you may see a Maltese cross from the Knights of Malta. You know, these are shields, as I mentioned, not badges. The Knights of Malta introduced warfare, or fire, as a piece of warfare long time ago. And warriors used a shield to protect themselves from that fire. So the fire service developed, it's been around a really long time, these shields that historically were used to shield them from fire and warfare became a symbol, and they shrunk. They're over our heart on our left side, and they're a piece of history in the fire service. It's also there to protect you, just like their shields were. So when you look at this and put this badge on every day, remember that. This isn't just a badge, this is a shield, and the job you do is dangerous. And it's there to protect you from that. Just like the training we spent the last 12 weeks doing, how important that training is. So is this badge and so is the history. Shield, not badge. I keep doing it. And then these things we wear on our collar brass, you can hear them referred to as gizmachis, as collar brass. You know, in the fire service, they're speaking trumpets. And before radios that are used on a fire ground today to give direction from a company officer or chief officer, they used long speaking trumpets, and they would enunciate over the fire ground. And of course, that's not as practical today. It wouldn't work. And so we shrunk those down into a piece of cymbal. So you'll see different bugles on people's collar today. These individuals don't have bugles yet. They'll get a firefighter scramble. But as they move up in their fire service career and ladder, you'll start adding those bugles. And at the end of that, you have 5 bugles. But you start as a company officer with 1 bugle. Then, you know, the next level is a battalion chief or a captain with 2 bugles, then a battalion chief with cross bugles, so on and so forth. So that's sort of a symbol of what we've got going here in the fire service. And for those of you that have heard this 30 times, thank you for bearing with me. For those that it's your first, I'll try not to make it a second for you, so you don't make fun of me as well. With that, I will turn it over to our next distinguished guest, which is reminds me that I would have walked away without thanking these individuals, and that would have been a catastrophic failure on my part. Could you guys stand up for a second, the instructors? So when I started my fire service career, and I think probably the other chief sitting here in the front, it was kind of thrown together. And you got a badge, here's a badge, and there's a fire truck, and there may have been some kind of training associated with it, but nothing like what we see today. You know, these guys have started, and to Chief Barnes and Chief Berman, really started this regional academy, which I think is fabulous for a few reasons. One is we're working together, which we do on the fire ground every day in this county. But there's 3 agencies here, 4 agencies, soon to be 3. Nothing would have happened without them. And Chief Barnes developed this, Chief Berman from the very beginning, 2013, to where it's at today. Travis Fox, Kevin Stone, John Aitchison were absolutely instrumental in getting these gentlemen trained over the last 4 weeks. So from all the fire chiefs, we sincerely appreciate what you guys have done. And since we're sitting in the sun, I won't talk anymore because I know you didn't come here to see me. So on behalf of the fire chiefs, we thank you all for your contribution, for supporting them. Gentlemen, congratulations. This is just an awesome achievement, and we look forward to working with all of you. Good afternoon, everybody. It's great to see the turnout from all the friends, family, and co-workers in the back to support these 20 recruits. So I'm sure you're wondering what exactly happened to these guys over the last 11 weeks, so I'm going to try to run down a list of just a few highlights. They started each day with a daily inspection of equipment and their PPE, assuring that everything was in working order. After the inspections, they went through a rigorous physical training routine, in which they were not only required to hit benchmarks each week, like running a time 1.5 miles, carrying a 45-pound wildland hose pack over 3 miles, but they were required to demonstrate improvements each and every day, each and every week. After PT, they engaged in tactical, hands-on, and classroom training that consisted of various fire service and Marin County foundational principles, guidelines specific to fire ground operations, building construction, special operations, EMS, technical rescue, fire ground safety and survival, command and leadership principles, or just to name a few. After lectures and hands-on training, each recruit underwent extensive academic and physical testing to demonstrate proficiency in the knowledge retention in everything that they learned. And I think these guys will tell you there's plenty of tests. After the conclusion of each day, they were often greeted with an extensive list of study material or project work. Oftentimes, these recruits only slept a few hours each night to wake up and repeat the process. This process was designed to stimulate growth during a fatigue state. much in the same manner that they would be called to do so while working long shifts with little sleep. Each week, each recruit was required to present either a line of duty death or near-miss presentation, which they studied real cases and presented lessons learned so history is not repeated and tragedy does not occur again. They also worked over the last 11 weeks on a class project. The guys chose to build a flag stand, which you see right behind me here, which flies our three flags, the American, California, and the Regional Academy flag. These flag stands stand and represent the pride and attention to detail that these recruits have towards their profession and the academy. Just a few interesting academy accomplishments. Each morning, the recruits were required to come up with a motto or quote to help motivate them for their day. A few of the best quotes from the 2021 class were, "Today I will do what others won't, so tomorrow I can accomplish what others can't." When you want to succeed as bad as you want to breathe, then you'll be successful. Wins and losses come a dime a dozen, but effort, nobody can judge effort. That's because it's between you and you. And he who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. And then, of course, there's a class favorite quote from an anonymous recruit. "Hey guys, will we be wearing our Loudon outfits tomorrow?" So I'm going to go over a few statistics that try to capture what we did over the last 11 weeks. These guys had an intensive academic workload. That being said, they were very successful. The average daily quiz score was 92%. The lowest score in an academic midterm was 97. The highest score, 100. The lowest score on a manipulative midterm was 85%, and the highest was 99%. The lowest score on an academic final was 92%, with the highest score being 100%. And the lowest score on the manipulative final was 94%, and the highest at 99%. The highest academic combined total goes to recruit Tyler Graves with a 97.44%. Congratulations. And the highest combined total in the class, which includes both academic and manipulative, is recruit Jake Elmarini with a 98.2%. As we mentioned, they had a rigorous PT program. As an academy, they gained a total of 56 pounds of muscle and lost 27 pounds of fat. The fastest mile and a half run, a trail run with 400 feet of elevation, goes to Little Peak, 10:32, which is pretty impressive. It's a 6-minute, 45-second mile pace, so it's very impressive. So it's very hard to summarize in a short period of time the skills learned, knowledge gained, and friendships built over the past 11 weeks for these recruits. To help better explain what the past 11 weeks have been all about, the recruits have put multiple hours in developing a class video. I encourage you to check it out at the ceremony. It'll be playing on loop over here for your families to see. I'll end with thank you to all the friends, families, and loved ones out here to support these 20 recruits and their accomplishment. Thank you to all the instructors that have helped out over the last 11 weeks. And last, congratulations to 20 recruits today and exciting. With that being said, I'll now welcome up recruit Luke Walker. I totally wasn't prepared for this at all. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Luke. I'm a Pikey, but I'd rather be a killer whale. And my nickname is Captain Heatman. My nickname is evidence of why I'm up here speaking tonight. For some reason, you guys thought it would be funny to have a guy with Bill Hockey good talk in front of you all. Thanks, guys. Over the past 11 weeks, this group of individuals spent a week swimming with sharks, another week dangling from ropes 200 feet off the ocean. We hiked Heaven Ranch and spent the rest of the time in sweat-drenched outfits on the drill ground. We cut cars apart in Richmond, fought some fire in West Sacramento, and chased cows every Friday during our trail runs. We watched Nasty Nut eat it and then rally hard during his final session. We listened to Monty hype everyone up every day. We saw Reyes take one of the jaw and shake it off, no factor. Mostly we learned that the cows aren't going to give you milk. You gotta go get it. together closer as a group. When we first all came together, it took us 4 hours to figure out how exactly we were going to put our name tag on the water bottles so they would look the exact same. Since then, we've had to line up our gear the same way every morning, dress the same way, and hope that Decker doesn't forget a sweatshirt for PT again. Through it all, we've learned how to read, how to follow, how to have an opinion, and my wife's favorite, how to not have an opinion on anything. And yet, despite all of that, it still took us about 4 hours to figure out where we're going to go after this for drinks. I think what these fire departments have created with the Original Academy is an amazing thing. They created an environment of pure teamwork. And that's really the word that sums up this whole experience. Teamwork. The only reason I swam with those sharks in the ocean is because I could rely on these guys to come in and get me if anything went wrong. And because I'd probably get fired if I didn't go in there. We couldn't have gone over the edge of those cliffs at Fort Baker if we didn't have a team of people ready to haul us back up. And ultimately, I don't think I would have made it through this academy without Dingleberry, Won't Float, Lochnath Monster, Inspector Deck, Chow Chow, Plum Dog Millionaire, Enzo Rafari, 4x4, Gravemaker Graves, Compton, Elmo, Big Knee Pads, Adam, you don't yell at your friends, Wilson, Monty, shut up! Nip Nip the Feline, Dave Reynolds, the MVP, Just Rick, Hella Cute Like an Otter, Jack Jack, Rod with the RBF, and Not Pictured, Big Baby Blair. The fire service is really just a group of people working together towards a common goal. And it's been amazing for me to see how much work can get done with 21 motivated individuals. You need a car rolled onto its side so you can practice cutting it apart to get someone out? No problem. You need to detail 2 engines, a crew buggy, and a classroom in an hour? Boom, done. You need a speech written for graduation night? No, that's all me. No one else is helping with that one. So to the chiefs who continue to support the formation of this regional academy, thank you. You've helped teach all of us about the value of teamwork and that it doesn't matter whether you pull hose or throw ladders. It doesn't matter what race, creed, gender, or religion you are. It doesn't matter if your uniform buttons are white or your uniform buttons are black. We're all in this together. Many hands make light work, and we should all strive to do our part and just a little more. And read a fire engineering magazine every once in a while. Together, we'll get it done. Engineers Richardson, Stone, and Fox, Chief Barnes, Chiefs Weber, Tubbs, Welch, and Perry. Plus a whole lot of other people standing back there. The men of Academy Class 2021, thank you. And promise to work with and for each other and the communities we serve. Thank you. So, like he said, we have a lot of people here to thank and recognize. Without these people here, none of the guys here would be in front of you, here with our families. As soon as I find my speech, I'll read the rest of it.
I'll put her in the truck.
All right.
Yep.
So, this academy wouldn't be what it is without the men over here and a lot of men and women back in the back. This career is built on a solid foundation of hard work, dedication, and willingness to do whatever it takes to provide the Marin Regional Fire Agencies with the best firefighters possible. Cadre of MCRFA has poured the same blood, sweat, and tears into this class that all of our recruits have. They've been there every step of the way, providing leadership, knowledge, guidance, and just occasionally, and only when absolutely necessary, and hardly ever for this group, a little bit of correction. So let's start with Engineer Travis Fox. Not only is Engineer Fox dedicated to making sure the needs of recruits are taken care of, He still maintained his regular shift schedule at Station 1. We'd also like to thank Engineer Foster's daughter, who came to visit us one day at Academy, who provided more structure and discipline to the recruits and the Foster. Thank you. Engineer John Mason. We learned a lot from Engineer Aitchison over the last making sure our attention to detail was on point. Just a little bit of correction when we always knew we were on the right track with Engineer Aitchison. And one of the most important lessons I personally learned is don't yell at person. Thanks, Engineer. Engineer Kevin Stone.
That's fine.
Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you very much.
Uh-huh.
How are you today? Good?
Yeah.
It's really hot, right? Outside? Okay, man.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Foundation. That foundation was built in large part due to Chief Warren's direction and leadership. The groundwork laid for this academy is solid, reliable, and will last for future generations of Marin County firefighters. Chief Warren, thank you. Is Bridget Peterson here? There she is. Bridget Peterson is our EMS trainer. For those that don't know, the fire department, our calls, about 70 to 80% of them are EMS related. Yet in most academies, EMS is completely neglected, but not here. And certainly not at any fire academy Bridget is going to be associated with. She dedicated herself fully to our EMS Fridays, and it is abundantly clear that she loves teaching our EMTs and medics how to effectively function in Marin County. Bridget, thank you. I see him back there in the middle, Brother Sid. Served as PC director for our academy. Before I started, I had no idea that I was doing simple things like running, squatting, lifting, and even walking completely wrong. I also didn't know that one man could look so good wearing Lululemon. Coach Sid has given us a solid foundation of physical training that will last us well into our future careers and hopefully into retirement. And Jake will have something for you afterwards, Coach. Thank you. Those are the main recognitions we'd like to do, and I'd like to do a round of applause. You guys know back there in the back, and some of the guys sitting in here poured hours into this academy, and they didn't have to. Just came on their own volition. And let's give them a round of applause for their Thank you. Afternoon, firefighter paramedic Nepaway. I'm up here to recognize some people that probably didn't expect to be recognized today. Ben DeCadre, walk up, please. So we have 11 weeks of academy. It was tough and strenuous, and people don't realize that they also left their families to do so. And what we'd like to do is give you guys some bouquets to present to your family to say thank you for the time you've given to us to perfect our craft. And we really appreciate appreciate the time and energy you guys have put at home to allow them to be with us. So, go ahead and give it to them. Also, if you are a family member, or wife, friend, significant other who has also supported us throughout this academy, we have a rose for you. So if you could please stand, our cadets or recruits will be handing them out to you. Don't be shy. I got a wife right there. Stand up, please. Yeah. We just want to let you know that we really appreciate all the work you've done at home for us. And it's just a small gesture for all the work you've done for us. Thank you. How many you got extra? We'd like the fire chiefs to come up and present the recruits with their badges or shields. We would like to do the badge pinning ceremony. We would ask the spouses or significant others of these recruits to come forward. Don't be shy. The recruits will have you hand the badge to your spouse or significant other. If you want to come up and take pictures, it's okay. Don't be shy. Start rallying the guys back in front of their chair. All right, recruits, I will now have you take the oath of office. You would raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I
Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of California. That I take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I am about to enter. Congratulations. Thank you. Have a seat, though. Let's see if I can do this right. Good afternoon. My name is Matt Barnes, the 2021 Marin County Regional Academy Director. It's an honor and privilege to be here. Before I get into a few closing thoughts and suggestions, maybe a little bit of advice mixed in, I'd be pretty remiss if I didn't thank a few people in this crowd. I'm humbled to see so many friends, family, loved ones, mentors. The support network for these 20 fine young men is unbelievably deep. And everyone's here for you guys. You guys did it. So without your support, without the cadre, without the blood, sweat, tears, without the effort, enthusiasm, and dedication for the many members that are out here today, none of this would be possible. So make sure you take a moment after all the ceremonial applause and hoorahs to go and give a final handshake, give a hug, or give a kiss to a loved one. To the fire chiefs, thank you for entrusting the Academy staff with the safety, well-being, and the future of these 20 recruits. You tasked us with taking these 20 individuals and preparing them to enter your organizations. Not just enter, get situated, figure it out over the next couple months, but enter at a sprint. And I'm happy and proud to announce that the job was a pleasure and an honor, and they're ready. To the cadre, Ancient Stone and Fox, I'd love to stand up here and say how much involvement I had in this academy, but without the Herculean effort of these three gentlemen, the dedication, effort, enthusiasm, willingness, and most of all, grit that they showed over the last 11 weeks was unbelievable and showed remarkable leadership. So thank you very much, gentlemen. To the families, thank you for patting them on the back, giving them a kiss, kicking them in the butt, and sending them back every day. If it wasn't for the support network at home, the phone calls, the look of dismay sometimes, the look of sometimes maybe a little bit of deflation, it was you every single day that gave words of encouragement that allowed these 20 individuals to become a significant, high-performing team. So thank you very much. It's often said that the fire service is the only profession where a perfect stranger will eagerly hand over their newborn baby to one of us in their desperate hopes that we come and solve the problem. The importance of this trust cannot be understated. When a person calls 911, they expect those that step off the road, regardless of the color, insignia, whatever's on the side of the road, they don't care. What they expect is a rocket scientist, a brain surgeon, and a gold medal decathlete to step off and solve their problem. I'm really happy to say I think that we might have a few brain surgeons, we definitely have a lot of decathletes, and a few rocket scientists as well. The same is essentially true in the academy. Everyone here today, you all entrusted us and said, here you go. Go do some good work. We trust you. It's an unbelievable responsibility and something none of us took very lightly. Each fire chief entrusted us to produce the highest level talent for their agency. Each loved one with their bright eyes and huge hearts said, go get them. And that they love them. But nobody really truly knows what happened each and every day. And unfortunately, in the fire service, it's very difficult to explain some of the situations that we go on a daily basis. All I ask is that sometimes when they come home and they look a little disheveled, their eyes might be red, they say they need a nap, they might be a little bit tired, they might be a little standoffish, but sometimes they just need a hug. And I challenge each and every one of you never to forget that, regardless of life or circumstance. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time for them to explain some of the things that they go in and do. Free-spirited, go get them attitude, can-do attitude. And I think one of the best analogies is when someone calls 911 or there's a fire or there's an emergency, a majority of the people are running away from the problem. And I can tell you with all honesty, all 20 of these and every person, every firefighter in the back is running towards the problem. And they're ready to go, ready to try to fix it, and they will do everything they can to accomplish the mission and save the day. I can't express how much gratitude and how proud I am to be up here today to give some of these words. So thank you. Here are a couple of things I think, I'm going to turn the mic here, turn towards you. Here are a couple of things that I think you might find important as you embark on the best job in the world. A job you will hopefully enjoy, something that will continually challenge you, something to motivate you each and every day, and most of all, like Engineer Fox usually always tells everybody, remind you that you hit the lottery each and every day. So remember, you're all leaders regardless of how you may feel or what you may think. So with that, right now in your career, in this phase of your career, I challenge you to become a great leader of yourself. Lead by example, lead through discipline, a disciplined approach in everything you do, and ultimately lead with your heart. It takes a person to become the majority, and when it's your turn to become the leader, you should support, encourage, and empower your people. You're not expected to know everything yet, but you are expected to work and lead at the upper levels of your knowledge, skill, and ability. Be a teammate. What's good for the team has the priority of what's good for you. Surround yourself with people that want nothing more than for the team to succeed. Make never walk away from those that are in it for themselves. Demonstrate professionalism in all that you do. Learn the capabilities and limitations of your people and equipment. Acknowledge that the prime measure of your performance is ultimately their performance. Never sacrifice what you know for what is right, for what is convenient. Communicate up and down and across at all times. Live the life of a leader. Learn the values, character, courage, and discipline. Understand that it's not a popularity contest. You don't have to be right to be effective, but you must be respected. Work hard to obtain that respect. Learn it the right way and you'll do it right for the rest of your life. Learn it wrong and you'll spend the rest of your life trying to make it right. Keep the determination to excel and develop your reputation now. Above all else, remember that you serve as a member of the best organization and profession. Treat every day in your organization as an opportunity and a privilege. On behalf of the fire chiefs, the fire agencies, and myself, congratulations on the job well done. May your career in your organization be our one big organization, be long and rewarding yet challenging experience. Lastly, never stop learning. Never. Congratulations. All right, I have one more similar task before we can jump up, hooray, hoorah, get out of the sun, have a cold drink, and hug and kiss our loved ones. Cadre, if you guys can come up. A few years ago, we started a tradition in the Marin County Regional Academy, and that is the deliverance of each and every recruit we give an American flag to. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the significance of the American flag, and then we'll hand each of you your American flag. It's a new tradition in our agencies. The specific flag will follow you throughout your careers within your organization. On your first day in your new assignment, your flag will be flown at your fire station. A picture should be taken to memorialize the moment. And as the shift ends, the 24-hour shift ends, you and your crew will refold the flag and return it to headquarters. The flag will be unfolded and flown throughout your career as you promote significant moments in your history, and ultimately on the last day of your career when you're ready to retire, you'll fly that flag and then you'll receive it as a memento for the rest of your life. So congratulations. Just a couple things about the significance of the flag. There's 13 stripes on the flag, which represents the 13 original colonies. 50 stars represent the 50 states of the Union. The red symbolizes hardness and valor. The white symbolizes purity and innocence. And the blue represents vigilance, perseverance, and justice. There's 13 folds in the flag. I'm not going to talk about each and every one of them, but I'm going to talk about a few that are very significant. The first fold in the flag is a symbol of life. The fifth fold is a tribute to our country. The sixth, and arguably one of the most important folds of the flag, represents our hearts, and that we should lie and we should lead with courage, honor, dignity, and perseverance at all times. When the flag is completely folded on the 13th fold, the stars are utmost reminders of our national motto, "In God We Trust." After the flag is completely folded and tucked, it takes the appearance of cocked hat, ever reminding us of the soldiers who served under General George Washington and the sailors, Marines who served under Captain John Paul Jones, who were followed by their comrades and shipmates in the armed forces of the United States. Preserving for us the rights, privileges, and freedoms that we all enjoy today. We'll now present each firefighter, not recruit, firefighter with their flag.
Just when we come up, when we call you up, just come over, receive flag, take your hands and sit back down.
Cool.
I like to be clear and concise with you guys. I'll beat around the bush. Dylan Plumtree.
Jackson. Burke. John Robin Montgomery. Baker. Nicholas Knight. Shamir. McAway. Luke Walker. Rasmussen. Adrian Todd Daniel. David Nicholas Fry.
I'm not sure why I brought a paper up here. I don't remember these guys' names.
Adam Wilson. Greg Reynolds. Ryan Decker. Jake Almerini. Tyler Graves. Sink. Jake Castleberry.
that being said, without one last thank you to Bill Meager, who is not here today, but he was earlier setting all this up, and Matt Terrell for putting this all together. So, Matt Terrell, thank you guys so much.
I'd be remiss if I didn't give one last opportunity to close out the day, close out the academy, like we close out every single day at our academy. Job well done, congratulations. We'll be escorted out by the bagpiper here in a second, but I want to give the opportunity for class 2021 to give a very strong breakout. Hoorah!